All right, let's talk about how if let's say we want to add some music because music can be really engaging. Remember, our rubric tells us that one of the major categories here is engagement. Your podcast uses a driving question to compel your audience. But the other thing that you can use to drive engagement in your podcast is sound effects, music, how you speak. If you make sure you're not speaking in a monotone voice. So let's say we want to add some background music to this intro to my podcast on Star Wars I just created here. Just a reminder, here's what we have so far. Have you ever wondered why Star Wars fans are so difficult to please? Yes. Does it seem like every time they release a Star Wars film, there are equal amounts of people who are overjoyed about it and completely infuriated by it? Oh my God, so true. Well, wonder no more. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of this conundrum and figure out why it is that Star Wars fans are the worst fandom in the world. All right, so that's what we have so far. I really want like some kind of beat underneath it. And so I'm going to go over here and we're going to add a brand new track. This time, we're not going to hit the microphone. We're going to pick something else. We are going to pick, let's see. You have a couple of options here. I think the easiest thing to do is probably just go down here to Loop Library, where they've got music that's already made for you and you can just drop it in. But if you're super creative and you want to, use, let's get rid of that. Super creative and you want to like create your own music, that's something you can do too using these virtual instruments. We'll get to that later. Let's just do the Loop Library for now, okay? Let's see. I don't want sounds, I want music. So, beats, check it out. Let's see what kinds of beats we got here. Some of these are, you might have to like do a little bit of experimenting here. Because some of these beats are, kind of made for constructing more complex beats, so they're a little bit simplistic. But eventually you're going to find one that's pretty cool. All right, I like that. I like that. Okay, we're going to throw this one in there. Hopefully you could see by clicking those arrows, you can preview the beats. And as you can see, we now have my beat right here. And by clicking this little loop guy, you can extend it as far as you want. So I want it throughout my entire introduction. And we don't want it to be as loud as the speaking. So I'm going to take my little volume knob over here and I'm going to turn it down. It takes a little doing with the mouse on the laptop, but you get it. And there you have it. So now our result should sound like this. Have you ever wondered why Star Wars fans are so difficult to please? Yes. Does it seem like every time they release a Star Wars film, there are equal amounts of people who are overjoyed about it and completely infuriated by it? Oh my God, so true. Well, wonder no more. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of this conundrum and figure out why it is that Star Wars fans are the worst fandom in the world. And you're welcome to just let it drop off if you want to. I always like to make it a little smoother than that. So I like to click on this little doohickey right here. This is called volume automation. And what it does is it just allows you to change the volume levels of your track. So you can see there, I clicked on my little automation thing. I had to select a type of automation, which was volume automation. Don't worry about these other two. And you create a point to represent where the change is going to begin and a point to represent where it's going to end. And then you can slide your volume down. Bam. And now it sounds like this. Fandom in the world. And there you have it. That is that's a beautiful introduction to your podcast. And you would just continue recording from there where you would make your next point.